Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing fantastic. And today, we're going to talk about this 96-hour survival ration kit. And we're going to go through a bunch of your comments, because a lot of the comments on here I really share the sentiments of a lot of you, and I just wanted to talk about it because replying to the comments, man, I could have wrote a book to a lot of you guys. So I just said, well, you know what I'll do? Fire up the old camera and we'll just have a nice little sit down chat. First things first, I believe that this product right here, I think it would have been better served taking off the word kit. Okay, that's right off the rip. Because to the layperson, the word kit is probably okay. But to somebody like me, and obviously, judging by the comments, a lot of you guys out there, the word kit transforms this into something else, and it raises the level of expectation of what this product actually is. And I think that my expectations for this, had it just been a 96-hour survival ration, would have been totally fine and I wouldn't have had an issue. But putting the word kit on there, to me, I have different expectations, and I have a different outlook and a different set of criticisms for it. And the reason why I bring that up, and the whole reason why I wanted to show that and do this video, right, is because of my really overly critical nature of these survival kits. Survival backpacks, disaster bags, bug out bags, because I got a video coming up on this. And this is a two-person, 3-day emergency kit. Okay, I got a video I'm going to do on this. And I wanted to kind of get some thoughts off. And I also wanted to reply to a lot of you guys' comments, because, like I said, a lot of you shared my sentiment. And, you know, I did want to shout out some people, because, you know, you took the time to comment. You took the time to watch the video. Then you took time to comment. Greatly appreciate it. Okay, so we're going to just start from the bottom here. Jesse says, haha, first thumbs up. Love your channel, by the way. Watch it all the time to find out what good subscription boxes are out there. Okay, well, Jesse, appreciate you. And I'm glad that I'm able to do a lot of these subscription box videos, because for the simple fact that these subscription boxes, a lot of them are very expensive. And I'm glad to be able to do the videos to show people, you know, okay, you're going to pay this much money, what are you going to get? And moreover, or more so rather, that I get them for multiple months. So it's not just I'm doing one box and you get to see products from one box, because you get a good feel for seeing it, you know, several months out. You know, you get a really kind of a good feel for what the service is. So yeah, anyway, thank you. I appreciate you. Okay, then we got Chad Morgan. It says, yeah, their shipping wait times are horrible, and yeah, I did cancel my subscription. That's leads into another thing, you know, that I did say that, you know, I will be critical of, but I'm not going to totally just go off the deep end, you know, jump off the deep end with the bashing. Yeah, the shipping times were unacceptable, but again, I'm going to restate this again, is that the lack of communication was what really got me. That, you know, if you'd have just told me, you know, hey, I'm having problems, you know, getting stuff, no worries. It wouldn't have been a big deal. And the only reason why I say that is because of my work, you know, my work. I'm going to vendors all the time, and I'm getting told, yeah, you know, stuff's stuck on a boat. It's, you know, I have no ETA. So I have nothing but sympathy to the logistical problems of getting products to fulfill orders, and being the person on the other end getting yelled at, because it's like, well, you know, hey, if I could just magically, whoop, you know, appear product, you know, that would be ideal, but that's, you know, that's not how it works. So yeah. Blaze says, yes, I agree. The shipping times are horrendous, and I've been waiting for 5 months now, which is another thing I wanted to kind of address. In the video, I did say that I had been waiting a year, and it's not true. It's not true. I went back and I looked at when I placed the order, and from the time I got the 96-hour survival ration, which completed my order, it had been 9 months. 9 months. So just clear the air there. 9 months on that, and then probably it took about 6 months for me to get the survival cache and the mystery box. But like I said, he fulfilled the order, so there is that. And I'm gonna say that I'm glad that he fulfilled the order, and I didn't get taken to the cleaners. Okay, Tim says that he's going to check into the 96-hour ration. And he says he's in a very small, closed-off town in southeast Alaska. And it says they're on a fault line, as well. So having this put aside would hurt for me and my kids. Okay, and there was an actual reply from one of you guys to Mr. Tim here saying, Big Worm. So shout out to Big Worm. He said, may I suggest buying 4 First Strike rations instead? It would probably come in around $80 before shipping, and that'll be more cost effective, especially since you might actually need the stuff. Which is a very good point. 24-hour rations that you can buy, you can search, go snooping around the internet, and you can find these 24-hour rations, and they are way more focused of a product. As to something like this with the cans, and having to reconstitute food. These are going to be MRE based. These are going to be retort pouch based pouches, because my thing is, in an emergency situation, and this again with all of you listening, this can launch into a completely different topic of if you ever had to go to your emergency supplies. If you have to go to emergency supplies, that means something has happened. That means some event has disrupted the normal fabric of life, and things have gone bad. Well, what a lot of people don't also take into consideration, what also accompanies that is a heightened level of stress and anxiety. Then you're going to be trying to have to do all these other things to make your food while you're under a heightened level of stress and anxiety, and maybe even panic. Who knows? So that's a good point. The First Strike rations, would be something to look into, or just some of the normal, typically made 24-hour rations for MREs, which are kind of like the First Strike rations, but there are other companies that make them. And the one input that I can give, living in the southern Gulf Coast region of Alabama, like I got Florida on one side, Mississippi on the other side, Gulf Coast, a lot of water, no snow, is, man, move. I mean, it's a joke, but man, if you live in Alaska and a fault line, woo, I'd be stressed out every day. That's just me, man. You got polar bears up there, man. That's oof, oh man, oof. That's, yeah. Good luck, Tim. Definitely send me a comment again and let me know if you do go looking around. If you do come up with a different solution, let me know. I'd really like to know. All right, so Blaze hit me again and said, oh, also I got a Skittles mango pouch punch drink mix in a ration, and he said it was really good. It was way better than MRE powder drinks, and that's a good point, because in Minotaur's ration, they did give me a Skittle flavored drink, and I'm gonna tell you, I got, or my wife got some Skittle, or wait, how did we get that? I don't know, it doesn't matter. We got some Skittle flavored cotton candy, right? And I opened one of them. I was blown away. Tasted just like Skittles. I like Skittles. They're terribly bad for you, but I do like them. Okay, somebody here with a first name that I'm not even going to try to butcher, but the last part of the name here is Rotterdam Lonka, L-L-O-N-K-A, I'm assuming. It says the Minotaur website mentions a straw water purifier in this kit, so you're missing something. I did look, and I didn't see anything. And I didn't go back to Minotaur's website to confirm that or not. But a lot of you commenting on this video, and also myself, I realized, man, this ration requires a lot of water. Not just for consumption, but also for reconstituting all of the meals, all the meal items, the cans. And that's a big oversight, especially to me, and this is going to be something that's going to be really nitpicked when you add the word kit. The word kit's on there. Kit implies something different to me. Kit means that you've kind of taken all of the considerations of the kit into account, and having something there for water was a big oversight. It was a really big oversight. So yeah, I will say that I didn't check to see if that's true, that, not saying that it's not true, but that there was supposed to be some sort of a straw purifier in there, which to me there should have been. And maybe that was just an oversight on their part. Let's see, Deathmobile says, I was going to say not enough coffee until you showed the cans of hot beverage, or the hot beverage cans. Now there's probably too much coffee. 300 still seems a bit too expensive, but seems interesting for the bug out location ration. And that's another thing that I kind of thought about, was obviously this thing, of how much it weighs, you're not running through the woods or through the streets or wherever. You're not running around with this thing. This is something definitely made for a location, for you to have as a stash. And yeah, when I got into it too, I was kind of saying that same thing about the lack of drinks until I got into the hot beverage kit. And let's see, I don't know, I can't remember, do the modules have them? It says that the modules also contain a drink mix as well. So yeah, he definitely came correct with a lot of the drinking stuff, especially the coffee. Which, you can say what you want about that. I don't really drink coffee, so yeah, I would be just choking that stuff down. And let's see. Happy Ham said something about eating some match heads. I really hope that's not true, because can't imagine that would be really good for you. But to each his own. Let's see. Then he commented again saying, by the way, I'd rather buy a case of MREs. And he said you could do without the mini glow sticks. And he actually got some replies to that sentiment, saying that everybody needs mini chem lights. But there was also another comment that we'll get up here, actually right above it. Kim Lee said there are fishing bobbers that will use those little light sticks for fishing at night, and it says they're really good for night fishing. I didn't even think about that, because I'm sitting here thinking like, man, what are you really going to do with these little chem lights, these little small chem lights? And when I read that comment, I was like, wow, that's a really good idea. I never really thought about that. And then there was some replies from Bob, talking about calling them floaters instead of bobbers. And then Mr. Kim Lee actually commented back saying that, yeah, they float. They do float. So that would be a really good use for the little chem lights, to use them in a makeshift fishing kit. Although in this kit there was no things you could use for fishing, so you would have to have that anyway. Marcus says, good job, Brad, thanks for letting us take a look. Hey man, I really greatly appreciate it, and it was really my pleasure doing the video and actually doing more kind of talking about this kit, because there's so much more than just showing it. It's really talking about it, which is why I loved all the comments, because obviously this did get a lot of people thinking about everything that we showed and all that kind of stuff. So I really do appreciate it. And then let's see, Bob commented that he's been buying Bob's stuff for over 3 years, and I have stacked floor to ceiling in my closet. Great video, thank you, appreciate you. And yes, I've bought a lot of stuff from Minotaur. Not so much recently, but in the past, I've bought a lot of stuff, and I echo the sentiment. I have stacks upon stacks of freeze-dried kits, MREs. Even though I don't like MREs, not even gonna lie, I'm not a fan of MREs. I don't like them. I prefer the freeze-dried food, so I kind of go both ways on that. JC says $285 for 50 bucks worth of stuff. Man, I'm in the wrong business. Okay, well that's definitely something to be said, and that I'm just gonna kind of lump that into the sentiment of the commercial space for this survival stuff. Because for somebody like me, I'm not, like I said, I'm not Rambo. I'm not some hardcore survivalist. I didn't do any SEER, any SEER training in the military, or anything like that. I'm not no special operator. I'm just a normal civilian, and I find a lot of these kits, these pre-made kits, silly, because I do camp, and I used to do a lot of rock climbing, which kind of leads into something else, because I'm down on the southern Gulf Coast. I'm down by the beach. There's nowhere to climb, so I have to travel. I have to travel a lot. So, I know what it's like to just be out in the woods. And a lot of these survival kits, to me, I don't understand. It's really hard for me to wrap my head around the thinking, because the bad thing that I don't like about them, and I'm going to say this when I get into this other little emergency kit, when I do the video on that, is I think it doesn't serve the person that's going to buy it, because the person that's going to buy it, they're buying a false sense of security, right? They're buying a whoopee, like a blanket, your child's favorite blanket, because you're going to buy this commercialized product of preparedness, and you're going to think that you're prepared, even though the person has never opened it, probably, never, went out and tried to use the stuff, to be familiar with it. So that leads into this comment right here from Bob Clark, who says, instructions and help books would be helpful, because there were probably someone not able to get clean water while carrying 27 metal cans in the woods. That made me laugh, because yes, there's a whole lot of metal cans in this kit. And I do echo the sentiment of some type of instruction booklets. Again, because a lot of people that are going to buy these ready-made kits, let's just face it. Okay, let's just cut it out. People that have any kind of extensive survival knowledge, they're not buying pre-made kits. They're just not. Guys that have little to no experience are going to be buying pre-made kits. And yeah, I would absolutely say a little reference card, of knowledge would be immensely helpful and valuable to the person that I believe is going to be buying this. And one of the examples that I got here that I just happened to know it was sitting up here was this. Something like this. The Tiny First Aid Guide. I got this in another video, and it folds out, and it's just this huge knowledge card or pamphlet or whatever of so much good information, and it's so compact. It's tiny. Something like this, this is immeasurable. You would need something like that, right? So little stuff like that, it really goes to the thought process of the people that are making the kits to sell them to the market. But yeah. Okay, so we got Mike Kennedy. The fruit powder MRE drinks are gross. Some of them, I'm definitely going to agree. The clear beverage bags are really strong and great for storing whatever. I think Alibaba is the Muslim Arab version of Amazon. I would not buy from them. Okay, let's see. Yes, that is true. The clear beverage bags, and that was one thing about water procurement. In this kit from Minotaur, they gave me like 4 or 5 hot beverage bags. And yes, those hot beverage bags, they're sufficient for gathering water. But then again, you have to have water source, and you got no way to purify it, no way to treat it, nothing. Other than you boiling it yourself and bringing your own filtration, like even if it's old, not old, but even if it's the cheap coffee, coffee filters, you can do that as well. But then again, this is stuff that was not included in this kit, so I want to keep that kind of going there. And I thought the same thing about Alibaba. I thought that was like some big import and export company, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. And then Mike also he follows it up with, this seems way too expensive. Buying 4 24-hour rations would be less expensive and more filling. If you avoid freeze-dried, you would not need that much water. Of course, you need the water to stay alive. You could use a life straw in water containers. And I noticed they didn't give you a total calorie count. The 24 MRE packs would have the calories that you need. Very, very, very good observation there. And yeah, we've already hit on the 24-hour ration kits. That would be a very good substitution to something like this, would be just going out and buying the 24-hour ration kits, because they're so strictly made. They're made for a 24-hour soldier, right? For a mission, 24-hour, So those things are going to be more tailored, and yeah. Now less expensive. Well, I think this was what it was, $2.95. Man, them 24-hour ration kits, man, they get expensive now. I'm not gonna lie, they get expensive. Okay, someone you don't know said, I wonder if the Too Light and med kits are different. It would make sense. It would make sense to me. Okay, the 2 light tins were exactly the same, flashlight batteries. The 2 med tins were different, very slightly different. One of them had the antidiarrheal, the aspirin, stuff like that, and the other one did have a couple little Band-Aids in it. So, but still, You saw how small the tins were. They're little, they're little like secret tins. Okay, James says, I like the canned stuff. I do too. I like the canned stuff. I think it's a really awesome idea just because of the security and the toughness of the can itself. I really do like this. Really good idea. Skibby1 says, Alibaba is an Arabic fictional hero. Like how we have John Henry and other tall tales. So lots of things use the name as branding. Okay. Okay, so there we go. Alibaba is an Arabic fictional hero. Did not know that. Okay, thank you for the comment. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Michael Klein, on their website description of this box, it says they should have included a straw water purification device. So maybe it was in one of those tins. It was not. I hope you open one of the canned meals to show the portion size. I absolutely intend to open up the cans and do a video. I'm going to do them later today. So I will have that video up, hopefully not too long. So yeah. James Sanford says, I'd love for you to open one of the cans. Last year I ordered some of their stuff and had a 4-month delivery delay. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm going to tell you, I really hate because I got so many comments of people because I've purchased things from Minotaur that have this big shipping issue, and they contact me thinking that I have some connection, maybe because I'm a content creator. Maybe I have some form of community, and I don't. I don't have any special. I'm just like everybody else, and I hate to hear that. I really do. Because he's got really cool stuff, and yeah, we can argue. There's an argument to be made about the price. But yeah, so, and I'm gonna open the cans again. I've got 3 that I pulled from the kit. I got a, what is this, pork sausage with veggies and rice, and I got a dark chocolate peanut butter granola, and I got a hot beverage kit. I'm gonna open all 3 of those, but I'm also probably gonna throw in the mix. I got this tin from his survival ammo can. And the reason I wanted to do this was because this right here is Bob's breakfast bowl. And this is just the entree. While, these up here, these are the kits. These have bouillon packs, they have the crackers and all that, plus the entree. This is just the entree. So what I figure I'd do is I'd open this, and then obviously this is going to be way more of the entree than that. But I figured I'd do it anyway just to check it out and let you guys see it. So yeah, I'm going to do that video. John says, use the tape from one of the secrets tins to tape a tiny glow stick to a clear plastic jug of water, and it throws a pretty good bit of light. The hammock might be handy to keep food from hanging away from trees and bears. I'm not in the market for survival stuff, so maybe I don't know, but $285 for that box seems appalling. That's something that a lot of you guys obviously share the sentiment of, is the price. It's expensive. It is expensive. And the trick of taking a hot beverage bag and putting water in it and putting the little glow stick in the bag to kind of, radiate the illumination, I guess. That's a really good little survival trick that a lot of people don't know about that works very well. A lot of people do it with LED flashlights too, that are waterproof. You can just drop one in a bag and it'll act like a light. It throws light really good. Actually, I saw, who did I see do that? I think one of the first people I saw do that was from Wazoo. I seen a guy do that on one of his videos. Let's see, Dale Carr says it needs water purification of some kind. Maybe a set of Whirlpack and some Aqua tabs. An Esbit stove and tablets would be nice too. At least 10 matches as well. Finally, dude wipes or something similar for wiping hands, and it's toilet paper. That is also a very good point. And I will say this. Aqua tabs, everybody is pretty much on board. You need some type of water purification. But one thing I did notice on these I guess the food modules, I guess, he does say that there is a wet wipe. One wet wipe. So you're wiping your hands and your butt later, I guess. So there is that. But yeah, the dude wipes are awesome. Even the little cheap packs, travel packs of the sanitizing wipes. Those will work too. I don't know if you want to wipe your butt with them or not, but I mean, dude wipes definitely. Dude wipes take care of everything. Matt Brown, and he comments quite a bit. So hey, Matt, appreciate you, buddy. The canned food is a good idea, but the add-on stuff, the hammock, are not needed. I'd like to see you try and open the 96-hour food just as demonstration. I'm going to do that. Also, being a disabled vet on fixed income, obviously it's too much. This is really a high-priced item. And need to know whether or not the product's worth the funds. First off, sir, thank you for your service. Greatly appreciate you. And I will definitely, like I said, I got these 4 cans here I'm going to open, and we're going to get into it and see. I'm very curious to see, like, this Bob's, I thought at first glance, this Bob's breakfast bowl, I thought it was going to be something like the breakfast skillet, but yet it's totally not. So I'm curious as to how this is. It says it has scrambled eggs, turkey sausage, hash browns, potatoes, ham, white pepper gravy. I was very curious about this. And also, trying these 2 that came in this kit just to see, number one, how big the portion size were, because, that can's sharing a whole lot of space with a lot of other components. So I'm very curious to see how they're actually packed in there. So yeah, we're definitely going to get into that, and I appreciate you for hanging around the channel, man. Really, really do appreciate you. Scott Young says, "Thank you, MVP. Now I know what my 96 hours is missing: the hammock, a light tin, a spoon, and a fork tin, and toothbrush. I just got a Apollo 50% off June 2022, so I'm okay. Missing that, okay. Missing the straw water purifier. Yeah." Yeah, and we're talking about subscription boxes, yeah. Okay, so yeah, Scott, I appreciate you. And yeah, that's the thing, you've got one utensil, you got an MRE spoon, and the water purification, man, we're going to beat that into the ground because, yeah, that definitely, not having that water purification, man, that's rough. Michael Warren says, "Where is the TP? Open the canned meal. Seems a lot pricey." It indeed is pricey, and we're definitely going to open the canned meals. So just stay tuned. Roger M. "Bob is a good guy. Sometimes things take time with what you have. I myself probably wouldn't have purchased the kit." Okay. I get it. And again, I'm going to just kind of always harp back to this. The communication. I don't care about it taking as long as it did. Well, I do because it's kind of ridiculous, but just communicate. That's all you got to do. Communicate. Alan Shirley, "Yes, open 1. I'm going to open 4, so just stay tuned." Roger, again, "Got some movie lines. B-Rat, open the can or I will sacrifice some of my cans." Oh, good Lord, man, calm down. I got 4 cans coming. Just stay tuned, man. I'm gonna get you. Charlie Taylor, "Yes, please open the other can. I stopped buying stuff from Minotaur. It takes way too long and it's way too overpriced for what you get. Great video though. Appreciate you. Thank you." And gonna definitely open it. And that's so sad. That's so sad that people are leaving Minotaur. They're going to stop being a patron to Minotaur. That's really sad. That's why in the video, my sentiment was 100% genuine. I really hope Bob gets back on track and gets back to kind of the core of what he was doing, and can really redeem a lot within the community for that, because he does a lot of good stuff. I don't have anything bad to say about him other than, my experience, which, like I said, again, communication's key. All right, Mark said, "I would be interested in seeing one of those food cans open. As for the kit itself, interesting, but not 100% sold on it. Medkit tins, very odd." Yes, they were indeed. Definitely could have been a lot more than it was. Oh, Mr. Pew Prep Trek, very good. Very awesome friend of the channel. "Hey, B-Rat, open everything and show us. Thanks for entertaining video. Keep it excellent work." Thank you. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for being here. And yeah, we're gonna open a lot of this stuff, man, and get into it. But of course, I can't do it on one video because then I get people yelling at me, "Oh God, this video sucks, man. It's too long. What are you doing? You're killing me." So we're gonna do it. So yeah. Vladimir, "Ooh, the cap and T-shirt are a hit. The history of Super Mario." Yes. Thanks for noticing. I try to wear sometimes different stuff, but I am a white T-shirt guy, right? Oh, how could you have noticed that? I'm a white T-shirt guy. I'm very Einstein in that way. I don't like having, I have a closet completely full of clothes that I do not wear. I always wear white T-shirts because I do not like, I can't stand expending brain power standing in my closet trying to figure out what I'm going to wear. I just like go in there, grab stuff, and go, And yeah, my Donkey Kong shirt, I love that shirt. I got it out of a subscription box from a long time ago, which of course was a Nerd Box. And yeah, they see me rolling, they hating this old Donkey Kong, and then I got my skull cap from Super Mario Brothers. Very excited for the Super Mario Brothers movie that's coming out. So yeah, I'm a big nerd like that, you know. But I grew up in the best time. I grew up in the 80s, man. You know, I'm late 40s, and I grew up with arcades. I grew up with malls and arcades, the best time ever, you know. And I grew up, you know, with the original NES console. I mean, I personally played an Atari 400, but I grew up with the NES all the way up to, you know, the PS5 and the Xbox One X. And PC gaming, of course. Let's see, Andrew, for the price, they have included a cheap tarp to go with the hammock. As a survival kit is pretty poor. No water purification, no shelter, no knife or blade, no navigational aids. Now, it did have a little compass, which make that, and insufficient medical materials. It says, I lump Minotaur into the happy opening package group of people, much like subscription boxes, but rarely deliver an all-around set of kit and generally overpriced for what you get. Great vid is always entertaining as hell, watching you go off on tangents, making me laugh. Take care, mate. Thank you. And yes, I do love going off on my tangents, and I do suffer from that in the comment section for going off on those tangents. But I'm glad you appreciate them. And yeah, when you add the word kit, there's so much stuff that automatically, you know, people like me, and obviously, you know, a lot of you go to of thinking like, okay, for me, it's a lot of food with a hammock. I was confused by the hammock because there was so much other stuff. It was so deficient, you know. And then to throw I don't know. Which is why I wanted to read these comments, because, you know, I totally get it. Okay, Lawrence Hubbard, not bad mouthing Bob or Minotaur Trading Company. I have bought a lot of Bob's products. If you are having any problems with your orders, text or call him. He will get back in touch with you within 24, 48 hours and get your order straightened out. I bought the last big theme box that he did, and you get a lot more food if you ration it out than it says. Okay, yes, no bad mouthing, not bad mouthing nobody. Okay. I just tell it like it is. I don't think Bob's a bad guy. I think he's trying to run a business, you know, and that does have its ups and downs, and it does have its issues. And I believe with the shipping logistics of getting product, I think that ultimately was sort of the nail in the subscription box coffin that he had, was getting product, because you are relying on vendors who are relying on suppliers, and that chain was really messed up. Even to this day, for me, in the industrial construction sector, I still have problems getting stuff. So I 100% understand that. Now, to be fair, I've had phone conversations with Bob. And yes, that cell phone number is a number he does answer, because I've talked to him on the phone from that number. I texted him several times and I got no reply. That's going to be my criticism. All right, Wendy Shirley. Sounds like people have been mean in your comments. That sucks. The video wasn't too long. It was a rather large box. Besides, you can see the link to the video before you click it. If you think it's too long, don't click. But that's just my 2 cents. I think you touched on most of the missing items. If this were a true survival kit, I think it's a bit overpriced, but the novelty of some of the items makes up for that a bit. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Wendy. Appreciate it. And yes, people are mean. That's the nature of the internet and this platform. There are people who say things to me that should not be said. I'm just making videos. I don't say things that are overly controversial. I don't touch on topics that will get you in trouble on this platform, like religion, I love Jesus, or political views. I think both parties are full of crap. So yeah, I tend to shy away from those type of topics. I just open boxes, and you'd be surprised the comments I get. The negativity, it's crazy, but it's okay. You know, I take it all in stride. I have good fun, because I know the person that left that comment, you know, I wasted their time because they watched a video to get upset enough to come make some derogatory comment to me. And I love it, and it's okay, because I also troll everybody. Yeah, that's right, I do. I do these videos with no pants on. I probably shouldn't have said that, because now it's not as fun for me. But there you go. So yeah. Anyway, I do have these 4 cans. I'm going to be doing them later tonight. So yeah, I hope everybody likes when we get into this. I am going to be trying the food. I don't like trying the food because food taste is very subjective, and my taste preferences are probably not going to align with yours. I love watching Steve. Everybody who watches MRE videos knows who Steve is. Steve has the most descriptive terms of a lot of this MRE food, and I'm going to tell you, I do not share that sentiment, not one bit at all. I don't. Most of this stuff to me is nasty. I wouldn't want to eat it. I'd rather eat something else. But I'm going to eat it, and I'm going to give you my opinion. And yeah, we're going to see the portion size. The main thing for me is going to be the portion size. I want to see what that is. But I think a really good video you guys are going to like, especially since we're coming off of this Minotaur, is going to be this one about this emergency bag. Because I do have, oh man, I have so many criticisms about stuff like this that I won't get into because it'll take me off on a tangent nobody wants to go down. And yeah, but we'll get into that when I do that video. But for everybody that is here and you made it this far to hear me ramble, I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Thanks and everything. And yeah, I'm just doing this video to kind of get the day started, and I'm going to get started on some of these other videos. So I will have them hopefully uploaded later tonight. So you may get 2 videos today, Saturday. And if not, it will definitely be out Sunday. And I hope all of you are doing well. And yeah, man, hit me up in the comment section. Let me know how you're doing, you know. I like reading the comments and all the engagement and everything. And yeah, I do these videos ultimately for you. So with that, I'm out of here. We'll see you next time. Peace.